What's going on, guys? Are you someone that's constantly being triggered in relationships or when you're going on a date? Are you someone who's struggling to build that connection because deep down you have all these insecurities, these thoughts running across your head that is making you difficult to be grounded, be confident with that person in front of you? Or are you someone who's always being triggered by something a person says, or what your partner says, and in the end, your relationship gets destroyed, it gets broken down because you emotionally react, or you react in such a way that you don't want to, but you do react in that way, and in the end, you end up saying stuff that you don't want to. If that's you, and you don't know how to manage those emotions, today I'm going to talk to you about a technique that will help you essentially ground yourself. It will allow you to no longer react to those emotions and appear more confident, be more confident, act with more integrity, act in a more conscious way, in a more stoic way. If this is what you want, keep watching. I'm going to be talking you through a technique that I've got from acceptance and commitment therapy. So if you're interested, keep watching. So the technique is called dropping anchor, and it's a really useful technique to manage emotions, thoughts, or behaviors that are running through your head when you're ruminating, when you're having a panic attack, when you're suffering from even chronic pain. When you're going through these things, you have all these thoughts and behaviors and these emotions and these sensations in your body that you don't know how to manage. And this technique is really useful to ground you, to really switch off that autopilot running through your head so you're back in to the grounded level where you're connected to the person in front of you, you're more conscious, and essentially you're more engaged in the activity you're doing. These thoughts and emotions, these sensations are no longer controlling what you're doing, and you have more conscious control. And this will allow you to connect more with the person in front of you. It will allow you to come across with more confidence, with more integrity, and it will allow you to be more vulnerable the way you want. And essentially, it will allow you to become more stoic as well. So, if you want to learn this technique, if you want to practice it, keep watching and make sure you practice it, because it's not something that you do one off and then that's it, you're sorted, life is good. You have to keep practicing it. And another key thing is you have to do all three steps, because all three steps are super important. If you miss the first step, for example, or you go into a manner of distraction where you're distracting yourself from these thoughts and the emotions, so make sure you really pay attention and you really focus on all three parts. So part A is, or well, before I go into part A and B and C, the technique is based around ACE, ACE. So A stands for acknowledging your thoughts and emotions. C stands for connecting to your body, so really engaging and connecting to your body, being more grounded within yourself. And E is all about engaging in the activity or task at hand. So this could be connecting to the environment around you. If you're doing a task, cooking, cleaning, if you're writing something, it's about engaging in the activity. So, for example, if you're on a date and you're engaging with the person in front of you, E is all about engaging with that person and being conscious of the environment around you and that person in front of you. So, A, acknowledging your thoughts and feelings and sensations. So let's say you're on a date, you're feeling anxious, you're feeling nervous. In your head, you're thinking, I should say this, I should say that. She said this to me, I feel a bit insecure. A is all about acknowledging that and noticing it. I've talked about this in other videos, and you're probably thinking, why should I do this? Why am I even paying attention to this thought? But the reason is this thought exists. Whether you like it or not, this thought exists within you, and you have to acknowledge it. You have to understand that this emotion is coming from you. For whatever reason, inside your body, you feel this, inside your head, you feel this. And I'm not telling you to go deep into it. I'm not telling you to explore this emotion and thought in that moment. What you want to do is acknowledge it and just pay attention to it. So, for example, you're on a date, you feel a bit insecure. You might be thinking, oh, this person doesn't like me. She finds me unattractive. If that's you, in that moment, in your head, you would say, okay, so I noticed that I have this thought that's telling me that I'm unattractive. It's making me feel a bit nervous. I'm sweating more. And yes, that's a lot of things. I'm not telling you to blurt it out, but you're telling yourself quietly or within yourself that, yes, you're acknowledging this feeling. Acknowledging doesn't mean you act on it. Acknowledging doesn't mean you think about it then try and suppress it away. It means just you acknowledge it's there. Cool. That's part one. Now, part two is connecting to your body. So, whilst you're acknowledging this, and make sure you do, make sure you don't avoid it, because again, like I said, you're then distracting yourself. But make sure you acknowledge this thought, then you connect to yourself, connect to your body. So, this might look like you taking a deep breath in and just slowly breathing in and out. And whilst you're doing that, really paying attention to your body, so your chest, your kind of rib cage, and noticing how your body reacts. It could be you breathing in and out and squeezing your fists together, squeezing your hands together. It can be gently, hard, however you want. But whilst you're doing that, pay attention to how it feels. It could be you just sitting upright a bit more, moving side to side. It could be you doing this and down. Obviously, in a date, that might look a bit awkward. So maybe if you're out on a date, you can just do this and out just on your lap. It could be you pressing hard into your lap and then letting go and just noticing that change from kind of the heaviness to that softness. It could be you pushing down onto the ground below you and then relaxing with your feet. It could be you squeezing your shoulder blades together. It could be you stretching side to side. If you are walking or something, maybe stretching side to side, forward, other side. It could be whatever you want. But the goal is to connect to your body. So whilst you're acknowledging the thought, so they both go in hand, you're then doing the activity of stretching, but connecting to your body, doing something to connect to your body. And then you have part three. So part three is all about engaging with the activity at hand or the task at hand and then with the environment around you. So this is all about the following. It's about paying attention and using your five senses. It could be looking around you and noticing things that you see. Maybe the person in front of you has a red dress. It could be a red dress from the Matrix. It could be a ring that the person's wearing. It could be the environment. There could be loud music around you, lights around you. It could be also just a table in front of you. Anything around you that you see. Just four little things that you notice. The second thing that you could do is listening to what you hear. It could be music, it could be the person in front of you, it could be you just paying and giving your undivided attention to the person in front of you and really listening, because that also is going to help you build connection, and the person in front of you is going to notice that too. Really paying attention to what they're saying. It could be tasting the food in front of you and tasting the senses in your mouth. So all of these things, really paying attention to what's in front of you, using those five senses. And again, you're connecting to your body as well. So you could be using your hands to connect to your body whilst also connecting to the environment around you. So maybe one hand on the table, just notice how it feels. Essentially doing all these things. So you're acknowledging your thoughts, you're connecting to your body, and you're noticing and engaging with the environment around you. You don't have to do 10 different things at once. It could be just picking one thing at a time. So acknowledging the fact you feel insecure or you feel unattractive, just one thing. Connecting to your body, breathing in and out, and pressing your hands together, and then noticing the person in front of you and acknowledging what they're saying. And what you'll find, and it does take practice, but what you'll find, and often immediately you'll notice this, is you feel a bit more grounded. That thought in the back of your head is no longer rushing towards you. It's not like trying to take over, and you can take action from a more grounded and conscious way. And over time, you'll notice just how much control you have over these thoughts and these emotions and feelings, and how much you can start to gain conscious control over your body from overreacting. For example, if you're someone like me who, when they're really anxious, they start to sweat, they start to breathing shallow, then what you can do is you can start to breathe in more deeply. You can start connecting to your body, and you'll find that you no longer are panicking. You're no longer anxious as you were before. And this will really help in dates, when you're connecting with someone, when you're building that connection with someone. So the goal is three things: acknowledging your body, acknowledging your thoughts and your feelings and sensations that come up in your head or in your body, connecting with your body and noticing how you can feel when you're more relaxed, when you're more grounded, and thirdly, engaging with the activity at hand. So give it a go. It does take practice. It's like building a muscle. You have to keep practicing, but the more you do it, the more you practice it, the easier it becomes. And before you know it, you can go into a social setting, you'll be more confident, you'll be less anxious, you'll be more in control of your body, you'll come across as more confident, and all these things. So it does take time. You've got to practice, but think of it as a quantum leap, as people are calling it these days, a quantum shift in your behavior, in your identity, in everything who you want to be. It takes practice to become that person you want to be in the future, that confident version of yourself, that version who is attracting the ideal partner, who's super confident in social settings, who's super courageous, super in the masculine. If this appeals to you, keep practicing it. If it doesn't, obviously there's other techniques you can try, but I promise you this technique is a hack, a super hack to really get control and ground your emotions. So my name's Jag. Subscribe, like, and make sure you comment on my videos. It really does help me boost the video, and share it with people who really need it. So please do that. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. And if you're interested in connecting to women, finding your ideal partner, but you're scared of being rejected, scared of being fake, tired of being fake, then make sure you connect with me and jump on a diagnosis session where I can really delve deep and find out all these things that are holding you back, find out the core beliefs that are holding you back, and help you overcome them. And in this session, you will walk away with understanding your current identity, your future identity, and what's stopping you from actually going out there and attracting your ideal partner. So if you're interested, drop a DM or a message, and it's completely free. So yeah, check out the diagnosis session. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video.